Jordan, aren't you being a little mean? Hey, listen to me, Jordan. Huh? What is it, Kimmy? It's been a couple of years now since you and I last talked. What do you want? I heard that you got married. Oh, that's right. I did get married. What the heck, Jordan? So you're just not inviting your friends to weddings now? Well, I haven't even had the wedding yet. Wait, so it's really true that you'll be having the wedding in Puerto Rico? You're going to be inviting me to that, right? And of course you'll pay for my flight and everything too. This is going to be my first time ever leaving the United States. I can't wait. Hold on a second, I'm not inviting you to my wedding. What? This wedding is only going to be for my husband and I, and we plan to have our honeymoon there right after. I know it isn't normal for a couple to do that, but the both of us think it's better to just keep the wedding small and then use the money we have saved up enjoying our honeymoon. Even my parents are okay with the choice we've made, so there's nothing that'll make us change our mind. Therefore, not a single person besides us two is invited. Huh? Also, Puerto Rico is technically a part of the U.S., so you would still not really be leaving the country. Wait a sec, are you crazy? How does this make me crazy? I heard that your husband is a really cool man. And if people are calling him really cool, that must mean he has a lot of money and is very good looking, right? No, he's a pretty average office worker with an average salary, actually. The fact that you're not going to share your high-spec handsome man with the rest of us is insane. How about you stop talking about my husband like that and leave the two of us alone? You are being so mean, Jordan. Well, I happen to have a lot going on in my life right now, and so does my husband. I haven't even invited my parents to the wedding, so if I'm not even inviting them, you should be able to understand what my husband and I want. But that's mean. Unless you are paying for my wedding, you don't get to say anything about the way I want it to go. So stop whining. What? Bye-bye. You are so mean. The fact that you won't even invite your old hometown friend to something like your wedding must mean that he is so good-looking and has so much money, you're afraid of what I'll do. You're a real jerk. I hate that only you will be having a guy like that, and that is so freaking mean to the rest of us. I'm going to get a look at that man of yours one way or another. I guess I'll be seeing you both in Puerto Rico. Justice, good morning.
Good morning, Jordan.
I just got to Richmond Airport.
What? That was fast.
I had a lot of things to bring along with me, so I called a taxi to come and pick me up.
I see. I'm still on the subway right now, coming there. And we plan to meet at the desk 5 minutes before they open, right?
Sounds good. I'll sit down and drink my coffee while waiting for you. By the way, how's your older brother doing? Do you think he'll be fine?
I think you'll be alright. I made sure to make things out to all be true, so you shouldn't be able to find us there. Actually, all I told him was that we'd be going to Puerto Rico for this and didn't tell him anything about where our actual destination would be. So I doubt he'll figure anything out. Honestly, if he were able to still find us, then I'd have to congratulate him.
You might have to then.
And how have things been with you? Weren't you telling me about that really annoying old friend of yours who wouldn't listen to a word you were saying and keeps thinking I'm some wealthy man?
You're talking about Kimmy. Since then, she hasn't said anything else to me, so I think things are okay there. I made sure to do the same as you and only tell her that we're going to Puerto Rico. Also, I didn't say anything about what dates will be there. I think it'll be a lot harder for her to come than your brother, since he at least has family ties to you and has a chance, although slight, of meeting us there.
But I haven't even really said anything to the rest of my family, though. So I really do think everything will be alright.
I think so, too. That's what I'm hoping, at least. Jordan! Just wanted to let you know I was actually able to get all of your plans and everything for your trip to Puerto Rico and won't have any issues finding you. I'm sure you thought otherwise, since I hadn't said anything to you for a while now, right? What? Kimmy? Right now, I'm in Puerto Rico as well, in San Juan. Huh? Hey. I'm guessing that you're starting to really freak out right now, right? Why? How? Well, you know me. I just had to be here for your honeymoon and everything. To take it over, of course. And I've already gone ahead and gotten a taste of your husband. What? Did you actually come all the way out to Puerto Rico? I did. I made sure to do all my research into that insanely attractive husband of yours so that I knew all I needed to know. I was able to find out what day you guys would be leaving on and what day you both plan to come back. And with that information, I was able to make my move. What? You're a frickin' stalker then. Hey, since last night you've probably not heard anything at all from your husband, right? What? Why do you say that? Well, because since last night your husband has been by my side. Excuse me? The reason your husband hasn't been contacting you at all is because I made sure to take him from you. What are you talking about, Kimmy? At first, I really didn't have any interest in actually stealing him from you. But when I got that first look at your high-spec husband, I just felt that I was destined to be with him. And within that second, I couldn't get away from the love I started to have for him. And it seems like he's feeling the same way for me. And at this hotel he's been staying at, we both acted out on that love. Is that so? I don't have any plans of playing along with your little game, so calm down. Huh? My husband is sitting right next to me. What? We have our wedding coming up soon. Goodbye. Wait, come on. I can totally understand breaking down like that after your husband just got stolen from you. But how about instead of trying to lie to me, you start to just accept reality or something? There's no way you can have a wedding all by yourself now. Who would actually believe that you have a wedding that's about to start when there's no groom? By the way, the two of us, we just filled out our marriage forms and are handing them in. You were always going on about how he's been your husband for a while now, but when I asked him, he said he wasn't married yet. I was happy to hear that and am thankful that you totally forgot to actually tie the knot first. When we get back home, we're going to head right to the courthouse and hand these papers in. I'm a bit saddened that this all had to happen on your wedding and honeymoon, but he and I love one another so much, and there is nothing that could ever break the two of us apart now. There is nothing else I can do but take him from you. I'll make sure to make him happy for you, so forgive me. Jordan! We both just got back home, and right as we got out of the airport, we went straight to the courthouse and handed our papers in. You're still in Puerto Rico, right? Well, that's not an issue for us. We're heading to his house now to go and see his mom. I know this is a little backwards, but we'll still have to meet one another's family after we got married. I know that his parents were probably expecting you to be the one showing up to see them today, but I'm sure having me will be the same, if not better, actually. Wouldn't that be crazy if they both were more excited that I got married to your man instead of you? Oh, my loving husband is calling me now. I'll update you with how things go later. See ya! What the heck? I can't believe that awful fantasy of yours is still going on and you still haven't noticed anything yet. Listen here, Kimmy. My husband and I are still in Puerto Rico. And we're not coming back anytime soon because we still have a ferry ride and everything left on our honeymoon plans. I have no idea what you think you're doing texting me all the time like that. But you haven't done a single bit of damage to me or my husband. All you're doing is being a little brat and blowing up my phone at random points of the day. Please stop. Jordan, I'm going to give him back to you. I'll even be willing to pay you a settlement if you want, but I need to divorce him. Huh? What are you going on about this time? Since the other day, I went and got to see his mom and everything, and she said she was happy her son got married to me. But who the hell are they? What kind of mother and son duo are they? She was allowing me to move into their house and everything, but the moment I started living here, she began to pick on me worse than any bully from high school. I thought that things were a little bit off at first, but ever since I moved in, she won't let me have a break. And my husband isn't even doing anything to stop her, no matter how many times I ask him to tell her off. I don't care how handsome and wealthy my husband is. If his mom is going to act this crazy around me, then I want out. I hate it here. Please take him back. I promise I won't ever bother with the two of you again after this. Hey, are you telling me the truth right now? Or is this just another one of your fantasies? Because I'm getting kind of sick and tired of all your weird stories and rants. Of course I'm telling you the truth. None of this has been in my head, and I thought you knew that already. I'm going to give him back to you, so do something to help me get this divorce. Maybe come over here and tell him I've been cheating or something, please. Funny that you've been telling the truth then. Because that man you thought you stole from me, his name is Sid, right? Of course his name is Sid. He was the man who was about to become your husband, so you don't have to ask me all those meaningless questions about him. Well, Kimmy, how about you calm down a little and listen to me? Because I have some rather important things to tell you about your little predicament. What do you have to say? Sid just so happens to be my brother-in-law. Brother-in-law? In other words, he's my husband's older brother. Huh? The man that I married is the younger brother of the man you just got married to, all right? Huh? Actually, that technically makes you my sister-in-law right now. What are you going on about? I know that I shouldn't really be too worried about what happens to you both, but I'll let you in on why this happened to you. From what my husband has told me, his brother wanted to get married before him. He started saying these really idiotic things about how in order to get married first, he would steal his brother's fiancée, me, and then have him marry me. He was so invested in that plan that he even tried to chase us to Puerto Rico. He did chase us to Puerto Rico, but he had no idea in what part of the country we've been in. And as a way of getting him off our trail and to follow a different plan, my husband and I told a few fibs, and that's why he never ended up at our wedding or anything. What I think happened with you is while you were trying to look into my husband more, you came across those fake plans we told his brother and thought they were our real plans. What? Our plan ended up working out for us, and we never had to run into Sid while we've been in Puerto Rico. And luckily, we never had to see you either here. I see. You thought that you found my husband when you arrived, but instead you ran into Sid thinking he was mine. And from there, you started your own little adventure with him that's led you into the last place you thought you'd be. What? What are you talking about? I have no idea what any of that means. It's not my problem if you don't understand what I'm saying, but it's going to become yours. And honestly, all of that stuff you were going on about made no sense to me. But what I do know is that I married a man that I didn't fully understand at the time. Jordan, help me! Why should I do that? Well, originally it was Sid who liked you and wanted to be married to you, right? So I'll let you have him now. I'll let you have him, and you can give me your high-spec husband in exchange. I actually really hate Sid a lot, so that's no deal to me. I don't care that you hate him, just help me. How about you just shut up for once? Nothing's going to come from me because my husband is cutting ties to his whole family. Huh? Why is he doing that? You've already started to get a taste of the reason why, right? I can't blame my husband for wanting to get away from parents and an older brother like that. What? What the heck? You are so mean, Jordan. That is my high-spec, good-looking, and very rich husband you have. He is? Because from what I've seen, he's just your average office worker who makes an all-right salary in his company. What? I get that you have a very hard time escaping from your delusions, but are things starting to become a bit more real now to you? My husband, he is a simple office worker, and he makes around $65,000 a year. Okay? He's not a super handsome man? That's right. He's a simple man who just so happens to make a little bit more per year than me, who is a very simple office worker woman. But of course, to me, he is the best man ever. No way. So then what am I supposed to do about this? Jordan, I wanted to say I was able to get a divorce somehow. Lend me some money now? I really needed a way to get Sid to divorce me, and so I started to cheat on him with all kinds of men. But the settlement he's asking from me now, it's a lot more than I was thinking. What am I going to do? If things were going to become this expensive, then I would have never done anything from the start and just stayed married to him. Jordan, reply to me. Why aren't you saying anything back to me? Thinking that she was going to be able to come and steal my husband from me, Kimmy made a dash to Puerto Rico, and when she found another man thinking he was my husband, she married him right then and there. But after some time went by, she realized that he wasn't my husband at all, and in order to get that divorce from him, she had an affair with around 4 other men. This led to her having to pay a massive settlement of over $100,000 to her husband, since she had gone out with that many other men. And let me just say that none of this helped her relationship with her mother-in-law. But that divorce did end up happening, and she was kicked out of her in-laws' house and told to never come back unless she wanted to taste the other end of Sid's father's shotgun. It sounds like Kimmy's parents also cut ties to her after hearing about what she'd done, as they both had already spent way too many years dealing with her crap already. Kimmy had even made an attempt to go back to them for help and to have them give her a room to sleep in, but neither of her parents would even open the front door for her, saying she had 1 minute to get off their property before they called the police. Kimmy may be really stupid, but she's at least smart enough to know that if the police got involved, she'd only be making things worse for herself. The only thing that seemed to go her way in this whole plan of hers was the divorce, and not a single thing else. Thank goodness those two didn't end up having any kids together, or who knows what could have happened between them. As of right now, Kimmy's been working multiple jobs in order to try and pay off her settlement to her ex. But because he's asked for so much, it's going to be years before she's able to pay it all off. Unless she decides that she wants to stop spending money on food and housing entirely. However, she'd really be screwing herself then, so I think it's best that she continues to devote her life to paying off that settlement, as that's really the only option she has left. As for myself, I haven't really done anything and have just been thinking about how Kimmy did absolutely nothing to me that whole time. But hey, I might not understand what all was going on there, but at least it's all over now. I can block Kimmy's number and get on with my life. I think my husband is planning on having the two of us take my parents out to Vegas next, so I should maybe start getting myself ready for that trip.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.